Hi Flosstube, welcome to Patchy Pony Stitcher, my channel all about cross stitching and other crafts. My name's Mel and today is Tuesday the 9th of April and autumn has definitely hit here in Tasmania. It's definitely going up and down in the temperatures. We've even had the wood fire lit twice this past week. And we've got rain, which is amazing. We've had a very dry late summer, so the rain is welcome. Not a lot of rain, we just want a nice dampening amount first, otherwise it tends to flood and just wash off all the topsoil. So we'll ease into the rain, but very glad to see the rain coming and the grass turning from brown to a slight tinge of green. I've got lots to share with you today, so buckle in. I'm going to have some more life update at the end, and I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody that commented and gave feedback on my last video. I changed my format a bit, and from the comments I've received, it was well received at your end too, being able to see the stitching. So moving forward, I will be showing you my whips from an overhead rather than to the side. So thank you for the feedback. I did want that feedback. So if you didn't like it, you did like it. It was good to hear that, and it warms my heart very much that you want to hear more about the horses. I did a little intro in my last video, if you're interested, introducing you to my two horses, and the feedback was that you'd like to see not more information, just more clips and so forth. So that will be at the end of my video if you are interested in seeing that. So what have I got for you first up today? My first one is going to be a fully finished object. I did show you quite a few last video. I think it was about 2.5 weeks ago. But I hadn't decided on what I wanted to do with this one. And I'm really happy with what I decided on. So this is called Falling from Plum Samplers, and I did change it up a bit because it was more of a Thanksgiving piece, and here in Australia we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so it had turkeys and it had pilgrims sitting on the horses, but I just wanted it to be an autumn piece, and it's got 2 pale horses in the chart and I have 2 palominos, so it was very well fitting. So what did I do with this piece? Well, I've actually put it on a book. I found this old book on my bookshelf, and I love how the colours work together. When I was stitching this, I thought the black border around the piece was very harsh against the warm autumny colours, but now that I've put it all together, I think it works quite well with this. So all this bit is an adhesive wool felt trim that I got from a craft store, a bit of old, well, it's probably not even old, it's just meant to look old. And I put the piece on a bit of sticky board, and then I put some rickrack around the edges just to tidy that up and just to tie in the black. And then I just hot glued it onto this book. And when I display it, I can just open the book up and it sits beautifully on my shelf. Easy to store. Now, if for any reason I wanted this book back as a book, it's not going to be too hard to retransform, because when I was putting on the lace, I messed it up and it just popped off, and the hot glue actually peeled back from the book very well. So if for any reason, now this is quite an iconic Australian title for the Australians, they will know that title, and yeah, it's got that old book smell to it, and it was actually a book that we had on our bookshelf in my childhood, so it's nice to have that up and on display rather than just sitting in the bookshelf. So that is Falling from Plum Samplers. Okay, so my whips I'm going to show you. Again, and welcome to all my new subscribers too. Thank you so much for coming and checking me out. If you have been recommended by another floss tuber to come over and have a look, please let me know so I can give them thanks, because I've had a very steady increase in subscribers, which is so much fun, and just lots and lots of comments, which is great. So thank you so much if you're new, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming and coming back and visiting. I know there's so much out there in Flosstube world. I know I can't even keep up. Oh, excuse me. I can't even keep up with all the floss tubes that I like to watch. So, because no sooner do I clear my list, then the list just gets refilled. So I know how hard it is to keep up. So thank you for coming in and spending some time with me. Right, let's get on to the whips. So I'm going to show you these in an overhead, and these are the 5 whips that I have touched the most since I saw you last about 2.5 weeks ago. So let's roll on with them. So this one is a cute little fun Easter design. It's hands-on designs, more chocolate bunnies. So I worked on this over the Easter, I keep going to say Christmas, over the Easter weekend, because we went away to a friend's place a couple of hours away from here, and so I just wanted something light, fun and easy to grab out when we needed to. This was where I was before when you last saw it, and this is where I'm up to now. I love this little design. It's just really upbeat, and didn't get it out for Easter time, but that wasn't a goal. It was just there waiting to get some more work on it. So this one was for a challenge where I needed some words on the chart, so that fitted beautifully. And I'm using 32 count even weave with my own threads, because this one called, I believe it called for sulky. Was it sulkies? Yes, so I just pulled threads of my own DMC that sort of just matched off the chart. So life needs more chocolate bunnies. Hey, the 2024 board game sale by Taylor and Cromwell. I haven't been keeping up with the sale itself. This is potentially going to be a Christmas gift for my son, hopefully, who's into board games. So what I'm going to do is show you what's been released. So here are the current pieces. And I've only done 2. This is where I was up to last time you saw it. And this is where I'm up to now. So I'm into the pandemic block. They did release one block prior to the pandemic block, but I don't know whether I will do all of them, because it's a hexagon shape. I think I'm going to be able to pick and choose which games I add into it. So this one's completed. It's got all its back stitching in now. I've half done pandemic, and then there is back stitching to go into it. So I do like how pandemic's coming along. I really wasn't too thrilled about the middle one, but that was the beginning and I started it. In hindsight, I might not have actually put that one in if I had all the pieces all at once. So I'm stitching this on a 32 count Bestitch Me fabric, and I am using the called for DMC that is supplied. You can still join this sale, but it's on a Facebook group called Taylor and Cromwell. I did put the cover page at the beginning with all the details if you wanted to look into that one. But I am getting through this one. It's a good piece for black thread stitching. So that is the board game sale. Okay, Maria Finney, 1832. This is the sale that I'm doing with some friends that we meet up with regularly. They live interstate, so we're all doing this together, which I've talked about in my previous floss tubes, and I'm really enjoying this stitch. So I'm going to show you where I was up to before. And this is where I'm up to now. So I've done what I think is a reasonable amount. I'm really enjoying, I do like alphabets. I don't know why, I didn't think I would, but I really do like an alphabet. So I've enjoyed doing the alphabet so far. Now I have done quite some changes as I'm going as far as the floss. As you can see, the alphabet's quite pale, and I changed that up initially. And then I also changed the colour of the thread, because this one, I think this was a called for No, it was this one, the Dove. This was called for as the border, and I really didn't feel like it actually went with the colour, so I changed it to the brown that I had selected, which is no, not that one, it's a pinky brown. It's this one with Wisconsin Woods. And then again, it wanted to change, it wanted the blue in the banner, so I actually pulled out a pink from my stash and changed that. So mine, I think, is actually going to look quite different compared to the actual chart. Even though this is a reproduction sampler, it's already having lots of changes. As you can see, it's there's a few stitches missing in the original, and where's another example? Like here, there's stitches actually missing on the chart. So it is as per the original, but I am filling those in. I can't have stitches missing. It would, and now that I've come this far with changing things, so I'm more than likely going to not put Maria Finney's name in. I'll probably put my own in, or my grandmother's, or something along those lines, now that I've made so many changes to it. But I'm enjoying doing this, and it's good fun with the girls catching up. Yeah, so I've added more flosses to my ring as I've gone along. And again, so I've just got some gift tag for the DMCs and the additional colour, the over dyed threads that have called for, or I've pulled from my stash. So that is Maria Finney. So here is the piece that I've been slightly obsessed with over the last week or so. Heartstring Sampler is Consider the Lilies. This is where I was up to last time when you saw it. And this is where I'm up to now in this section. And this bit was the bit that I thought I would like the least, because it's a bit of a full coverage, it's quite heavy stitching, but I am loving doing this house, and I just love the brick effect. I did change the colours. It did call for this red to be the darker, the brick, but I changed it to something that was already in my floss, on my floss ring. So here are my flosses on my gift tag floss drops that I've made myself, and then we've also got the weeks that I had available to me at the time when I kitted up. So it did call for the red and the lighter, so these two for the brick. But instead I chose these two, which are two DMCs, and I think I will notate this down in my notes that these make a really good brick combination. So it's 356 and 3776. And I just love the effect. It gives it a true brick look, I feel myself. And I'm really, really enjoying it. I really didn't think I would actually, excuse the unfinished thread there. I really didn't think I'd enjoy doing the brickwork, but it's actually, it goes really quickly, and I think you can see the brickwork come together just beautifully. So I completed the outline because I needed to do a challenge with brown thread, so that was good to actually get the actual outline done, and now I can fill in with that. So I'm just going to draw this up a little bit so you can see the top half of the piece and see where I've completed. So I'll try and show you as much as I can. So that's where I've got to on the top, and over on the side you're only missing a little bit. So it is a whopper, but I just love this piece. I go through stages with it where I love it, and then other pieces, it's the flowers around the outside that get me. So I just do, as I've done a page, a page, a page, a page, I do the border as I go. So I haven't completed the border, and I go along the method of one thread of border, one thread of motif, one thread of border, one thread of motif, just to keep it going, because I would get too bored if I was just doing a whole stitching session of the border. But I'm really loving how this one's coming along. So this is Consider the Lilies. Now for the piece that I can't show you on my overhead because it's on my floor frame, is my full coverage piece, the gift. So this is where I was up to last time I shared it with you. and this is where I'm up to now. So I've done about 1,600 stitches in it since I shared it before. Let me just double check that. No, sorry, 1,200 stitches since I've shared it with you before. Coming along, I really enjoy stitching on this piece. I do the typewriter method, I think it's called, where I pick up the next floss and I just finish the floss in the page that I'm on until I run out, and then I just do the waist thread, so then clip them as we get to them. But I'm really enjoying and loving seeing this coming together. And I've got to, as you can see, I've got one more page to go to the right, and it's going to be heavy going because it's all just going to be background now that I've completed that ear. So that one is going to be a bit of a slog when you don't have anything sort of coming out of the fabric and being part of the picture, but we'll get there. I did this bit, which was, I guess, a bit ultra boring, but now that I've started on the horse, I just want to keep going on that. But I am a page by page girl. I have to complete the whole row. So that is the gift. Just wanted to show you these little pumpkins that I made out of corks, champagne corks and wine corks for part of my autumn display. They're just hot glued together in a sort of pumpkin-y sort of shape and popped in with my autumn, I can't even remember what that one's called, by Caterpillar cross stitch. But I do love them. They're very sweet, fragile being hot glued, but they do look quite cute, I think, together there. Take you quickly over my autumn buffet table and show you what I've got on display. So I've got 2 pieces of stitching now, and then I've got my little tray of 4 additional pieces, and then some fabric pumpkins and a little hedgehog mouse. No, not a little hedgehog mouse, one of the Just Nan ones. But loving how this display looks with all my autumn pieces. We've got my hutch with, again, some more pumpkins, stitching that I've completed. I'm just loving touching these projects at the moment. The rest of my WIP pile has been a little bit neglected because I've been putting so much work into the gift and into Consider the Lilies. But as I've told you before, I'm a challenge stitcher, so sometimes the older WIPs do get pulled out just because they fit a challenge, and at least then they get a bit of love. Now, I haven't had much Future Fun purchases of recent. I've just been busy, too busy to shop really, isn't that crazy? But I did purchase an older magazine from a D-Stash group, this one here. I've had my eye on this particular magazine for a long time, since Lisa at Lost in Stitches showed her WIP of this piece. Yes, I know I've pulled it out of the magazine, but that's what I do. If I find a chart that I like from a magazine, I will pull it out and put it in my file of want to be stitches rather than having a pile of magazines and trying to find what I want. So I do rip them out. So this is called, does it actually even have a name? Must do. The Simple Things. The Simple Things by, oh, I don't know who it's by, but Lisa showed this particular piece and she had stitched it, and I just thought that was so sweet, and the picture doesn't do it justice. I was actually so surprised when I saw Lisa's piece compared to what it looks like just as a digital render. And we haven't heard from Lisa for a little while, so I hope everything's okay there, Lisa, if you're watching. Sending good vibes and big hugs to you. But looking forward to starting this piece. I'll probably do it, I'm thinking, in browns, and I've got a variegated Silks for You hank, so I might even break into that for that one. The other piece, someone showed this one. Now, I'm sorry, I can't remember. I need to write that down when I see things that I like in other floss tubes. I saw this piece and then I thought, oh, I'll have to work out what magazine it was from, and it was from the same one. So that was a double bonus. And this is a Stitch Rovia piece. and called Spring Bulbs. And I just love the simplicity of that, and I do love bulbs. They are my favorite spring flowers. So that one was a double bonus when, it was a double reason to purchase an older magazine, which is the May 2021 edition. So I was very pleased that that became up available for purchase. So that is my only future fun that I've added to my stash since I've seen you last. Now, I do have a little bit of a giveaway for you. It's only a little one. I am on top of all my sending out, which is great. Andrea, I haven't forgotten about you. Those floss tags are coming. Just bear with me. You're on the top of my pile of to-do. Now, this is what I'm going to be giving away for this video, Little House Needleworks, the tree lot. So if you would like me to send this to you, and I'm happy to send it to anywhere in the world, just say the word trees. You know all the rules. Over 18, don't say the keywords. Oh, sorry, don't say the keywords, don't say the trigger words. And I'd love to get that out to somebody. So just pop that in a comment for me any way you like. A little iLife update. When I was showing you my whips, I talked about that we went to a friend's place up the east coast of Tassie. So I'm just going to pop in a little video here for you just to show you the scenery. My husband's a scuba diver. Well, you could, I suppose he scuba dives. So, and they were collecting scallops. So I will pop a little video in here because I went along just for the outing to be out on the water on this beautiful, divine, still day. It was magic. So while they were diving, I was able to pop a few stitches into more chocolate bunnies. So I'll pop that in here just so you can see the beautiful scenery up on the east coast of Tasmania. It's just glorious. I do love visiting up on the east coast, and one day Mr. Patchy Pony and I do want to retire by the water and just have a magnificent water views, because not only is it beautiful in autumn but all year round, and even on miserable days it can just be stunning scenery. Now, pony talk. So what have I been doing in the last 2.5 weeks? Lots and lots of trail riding. I haven't done any clinics or schooling per se, but Biscuit and I have completed four big rides. So 2 5Ks, one 11K ride, and then also a 16K ride. So she's a little superstar. She does love being out and about, and we've had lots and lots of fun together. We were meant to go again over on Sunday, but rain prevailed, but we prefer the rain anyway. So what I'll do is I'll pop some footage in here for you of my rides and bits and pieces. It's not all one ride that I'm showing you. It's for different sessions. So enjoy, and I will see you again in a couple of weeks. Once again, thank you for visiting, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
After every ride and a bath, it's mandatory to have a roll. I can guarantee it. Yep, here it comes. Nice, wet, clean coat. Oh, biggie. Nothing better than a roll, is there, darling? Hello, you. What do you want? What do you want? You want a bath too? Do you want a bath too? Hmm?